Today on Colorado Backwoods, we are going to show you how to remove and replace axle shafts in a Jeep Wrangler JK. Loosen the 5 lug nuts using a 19mm socket. Raise the Jeep to where the tire is just off the ground. Remove the lug nuts. Remove the tire and set it off to the side. Remove the axle shaft nut with a 36mm socket. Remove the 2 brake caliper adapter bolts using a 21mm socket. Set the caliper off to the side. Remove the 3 hub bearing bolts using a 13mm 12-point wrench or socket. Using a rubber dead blow hammer, tap on the hub bearing, or in this case, the rotor, till it is loose. Remove the hub bearing and place it off to the side. Remove the shaft, keeping it supported so you don't damage your inner axle seals. We are replacing a 2010 Jeep JK axle shaft with a 2013 Jeep JK axle shaft, which the U-joints are considerably bigger on. Grease the new axle shaft sealing surface. Place the new shaft in, supporting the axle shaft so you don't damage the inner seal. Put the hub bearing back on the axle shaft. Finger tighten the 3 hub bearing bolts. Rotate the shaft to check for clearance. In this case, we had to shave down the bolts so they didn't hit the considerably bigger U-joints of the 2013 factory axle shafts. Use anti-seize on all the bolts. Torque the 3 hub bearing bolts to 75 foot-pounds or 102 Newton-meters. Spin the shaft again, checking for clearance. Place the brake caliper back on. Torque the 2 brake caliper adapter bolts to 120 foot-pounds or 163 Newton-meters. Torque the axle shaft nut to 100 foot-pounds or 136 Newton-meters. Place the wheel and tire back on and torque the 5 lug nuts to 110 foot-pounds or 149 Newton-meters. Thank you for joining us today on Colorado Backwoods, how to remove and replace axle shafts in a Jeep Wrangler JK.